getting stronger, whimsical attractions, and dark reflections. This is Gluttony and Earth. Hello and welcome to the IDL. My name is Nick, and this is Gluttony and Earth. Alright. With me today, down by the bay, it's Kyle.
What?
That sushi really kicking your ass.
I'm not gonna survive.
Well, when you've... I don't have an idiom for that. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna move on. All right. Where the watermelons grow, it's Adam.
Hello! It made me think of the country song, Watermelon Crawl, when you said that.
Oh, that's interesting. Never heard of it.
Oh, it's a good one.
Is
Check
it about
it out, y'all.
crawling with watermelons, or is it about a watermelon that crawls?
It's a song about getting absolutely trashed at a local, town fair, and instead of drinking and driving, you do the watermelon crawl, which is like a fun little dance. But it's like, hey, come get fucked up with us, but don't drink and drive.
So instead of driving yourself home at the end of the night, you just do a little dance all 1.2 miles down the country road back to your house.
Yep. Yes.
Or the 0.2 miles to where you parked your ATV, and then you drive that back. And back to his home. It's Baka.
2 comments on our previous member of the cast here. First off, that didn't remind you of the thing it's actually talking about.
That's why I said it was interesting.
First, the down by the bay where watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go.
You look so confused, like you don't know what that is.
You ever heard that?
You to live in your shoes. That would be wonderful.
Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say. Have you ever seen a whale with a polka dot tail down by the bay? Have you actually never heard that?
Honestly,
This is baffling me right now.
What? Oh my god!
Unless
No,
I'm just-
the bliss is ignorance. Let me tell you. What was your second point before I get into this?
To that, I was just saying that's such a big part of my childhood that baffles me. But also, there was a TikTok I watched recently about the watermelon crawl, where it's a guy who does all of the dances from the instructions of the song, and he's slamming his knees into the ground and jumping all over the place. Like, you have to do this all the way home.
That's also what had it in my mind, because I've also seen that TikTok.
Oh gosh, I've not seen that TikTok or heard of that. But no, point 2A. That's bewildering to me. Like, you would have to if you're at a country bar, that's a big walk. You have to it's likely you're driving upwards of 2, 3 miles, 4 miles to get back home. It's not like I've clearly walked to and from county bars, but it's not. I wouldn't want to do that drunk.
The song doesn't explicitly say you're doing it all the way home. I think it's more of a stay here and dance kind of thing.
Yes.
But it's replacing the idea of going home.
Yeah, I know that's in overall it is, but I think it's...
You're locked inside the bar. You cannot leave until
if you drink,
the dawn.
don't drive. Do
You must you
Just
must
stay
dance.
and dance instead.
Also, I fucking hate Raffi. This is my big take. I cannot stand Raffi, and it's this song in particular. I think that makes me despise the man. Down by the bay, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. None. Again, the lyrics are, down by the bay where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a goose kissing a moose down by the bay? Breaking this down. I presume this is a perspective from a child, right? Because this is a kid song, I'm expecting that this is probably a child narrator, not necessarily Raffi the adult man, right? So this child, maybe it's child Raffi, I don't know, but this child narrator says he refuses to go home because if he goes home, his mother will say a nonsensical phrase to him. And that's it. That's the plot. He doesn't want to go home because his mom might say, did you ever see a fly wearing a tie?
He had an insane mom. What do you want from him? That's what all those childhood things are about. Just something deep and dark underneath.
But there's the thing, you can't... There could be a narration, there could be a series of tools he could use in this song to implement that there is something bigger going on. That maybe, perhaps... in my mind, I could find a way that this plot could be like, oh no, my mother's got dementia, it's really taxing on the family, it would be really hard for me to go home right now and deal with this, the shock would be much, I need to stay back, or perhaps it's a split house, like they're divorced parents, he stays with his dad, and if he goes back to his mom's, she's just trying to make his life hell by like he's going through this rough time and she's not taking him any seriously. So she starts asking goofy shit. It's like, this is one more day. But in the narration, which we can only presume from the narration, there is no indicators that there is a deeper problem happening here other than this kid does not want to be asked, did you ever see a bear combing his hair?
Song about learning to rhyme. I don't think it's that deep.
Raffi wishes it was deeper because this shit is so bad. It has, ever since my childhood, driven me absolutely fucking nuts. And I've learned to hate this Canadian American singer-songwriter because I just couldn't let it go. I can't let it go. It's really obnoxious that he does. Like, come on, man. You could there's just so much more you could add into your lyrics here that could make it any kind of simple, or give him an actual reason for like hating that this is a problem. Like what? Like there's so many more things that you could rhyme and it could still make sense.
It's a children's song, and it's not supposed to be that deep. If you look at any other children's song, it's the same thing. It's not meant
we
to
need to
make sense
stop
to adults.
coddling children and assuming they can't appreciate fine art.
They can't. They're children.
I don't know. When I was a child, I
learn
liked the classic film Akira.
You did
That
not.
was really good. I did. I saw it on TV and it was real good.
Oh.
And I appreciated it, the artistic qualities.
You're a liar.
I'm not. Whatever, let's go to the fucking recap. Okay, last time you guys started the session still back at Lake EA at the cabin, where Thellum and Gunu helped train with each other to explore their magic. Gunu's still practicing her size reduction magics, and Thellum learned how to harness the mixture of energies from his magic and the genie's magic to create this forceful, thunderous lightning bolt that would shoot out and hit people, breaking a pot and hitting some boats, and almost murdering Gunu as they were trying to figure out how to touch people's brains. Then you guys headed back to New Veneer. Thellum's. So you guys, that took about a week. You guys have been like about 2 weeks in New Veneer last session, just kind of getting your R&R, trying to work on things that are meaningful to you outside of the missions. Thellum has been training to get stronger. He tried to do a little research on Nimrod that didn't really pan out. Tried growing up his new turnip Timothy, was not doing too well, didn't really turn out. Overall, not a great 2 weeks for him, but he did give a pearl away to Darius. Darius, however, his entire time has been very fruitful with his endeavors of replacing his current steel scale mail with a plate mail made out of a mixture of silver and lemonite. Endien also met with her new archery teacher, an owl, well, more like an elf who spends his time as an owl, Prince Ildatha, who is basically a right-hand aide to King Anar. He's not a prince of the courts. He's a prince of an elven kingdom that made an accord with the Court of Four Seasons. And training started with them out in a copse of trees near town. And about 2 weeks in, message kind of came in for Endien, and they learned of a new job notice set in the island nation of Lazaret. Apparently, there are some pirates who are stealing gold from some ships that belongs to this aristocratic family known as the Dubois family. A name that is very familiar to Endien. But I believe before any of the mission stuff, you guys still have a bit more that you guys are dealing with in town that you want to do. You're not heading out immediately for this mission. You have a little bit of time. So I believe we're going into essentially your fourth week of downtime. Yeah. Endien, I know yours is pretty simple. You and Adotha are training in the forests, and he kind of like starts out with because before he was having you hit points, and then he was having you try to hit him. Now he's flying out further into the trees, and as a moving target, trying to get you to shoot him without hitting any of the trees, and kind of like sensing where he's gonna move towards. And so he's out like further on. So if you wanted to go ahead and give me your roll here.
28.
28. That is another success, and that was not a nat 20, correct?
It was not.
Okay. Cool. All right. So your first half of this downtime period is kind of claimed. How many more do you have to go?
3.
3 more. Okay, that's what I assumed going into this. I just could not remember. Then let's see. Thellum.
Oh.
Are you just trying to do your training to get stronger?
Yep.
Okay. What was the number the target number that I gave you? Do you recall?
Just
No.
fairly high. I don't know.
Telling pause.
I want to say like 16. Sound
It's
familiar?
probably smaller than that. I believe I'm having you do.
Most of them looks like they start at 14.
What is your? I whatever I said last episode. I don't remember what it was specifically that I asked what you were doing this off of. What's your int modifier? No. Right. What's your strength modifier?
My strength?
Yeah,
It's a +1.
it's a +1. Let's do a training. It's a meter of. We'll do a meter of 12 for you then. I think that might make sense, because I think I was doing an intelligence before, because that's how I have for general proficiencies. And this may be a mistake that I rectify at some point in writing these rules, because it seems like the stronger you are, the easier it is to get stronger, which probably isn't great, but we'll do it that way. Yeah, we'll do a meter of 12. So if you want to go ahead and do you want to do like maybe an athletics check?
Okay.
We'll do DC 15.
I rolled a 9.
A 9. Okay, that's another fail. Um,
I'm just a big failure.
all right. Darius, what are you up to?
Yes, so Darius now has had time to think about some other projects. He did a little bit of research on his map and things like that. And Thellum got some new armor in his bracers of defense. So I think Darius is looking to craft an armor upgrade for Endien.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm basing it off of the serpent scale armor, which is an uncommon magic item. While wearing it, you can apply your full dex modifier while determining your armor class. Also does not impose disadvantage on stealth checks for a set of scale mail. And if everyone's cool with it, I was going to use some of the parts from Chaco because it's a serpent scale armor and we just killed a big serpent.
Go for it.
Do it.
I want to look hot.
Okay. So
But
roll for
you know you don't need to worry about your looks.
Mother.
Cool. Okay, I got a 4 on my roll for using the Chaco parts, so we still have more bits of them left over. And then I'll roll with my little buddy helping me again. And a guidance, because I don't want to fuck this up. That's going to be 21 before modifiers. Not a natural 20, so.
21 before modifiers?
I rolled a 17 and then a guidance of 4.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean by that, then. I was like,
Yeah.
I think a D20 went that high.
No, sorry.
I've been rolling a D30.
Actually, I roll D percentile every time I roll.
Am I not supposed to do that?
Sorry. Yeah, so I think
It's I believe I put it as DC 10 is the general DC for that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because you do mention having essentially a formula for it. I wouldn't have a formula for this, so I think that kicks up. Yeah, that'd kick the DC up to 12, but
yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, okay, yeah. If you're writing out plans for it, figuring out how to like get this in. Okay, yeah. So they'll basically give you plans, which you could use as for future serpent scales armor. Okay. Yeah. So Parway goes. I'm tracking on my own calendar here how like where time is kind of going. It's basically the beginning of the week at this point. And you notice the circus, the traveling circus does come by. So that's sitting outside of town on the east side. Lots of hubbub. The town's busier, a lot more excited. A lot more like balloons and stuff around town. Then we'll go into downtime number 2 for this week. Endien.
Is?
Ildatha is out there training with you.
17.
17, you pass.
Yay.
Miss.
Yes.
Miss Endien.
Yes, Ildatha.
What are you looking for?
How do you mean?
I know because you have your duties as the guardian of the forests in the court, and I know you've gone out to deal further in being a librarian, and so I guess I was wondering for you, how does your duties and your desire to go out adventuring, how do those work with you?
My current objective falls in line with my duties of protecting the forest.
Okay. And then he goes on back to helping you train.
Indian's vagueness continues.
Thellum.
We punching trees.
We punching trees. If you're punching trees, give me an attack roll.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I already rolled. It'll be. I can't do math. 19.
19. That's a success. You have one checked off.
Yay.
As you're getting your workout in finally.
Yay.
You've just been warming up, you know, a
Finally.
week-long warm-up.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we need to take care of our responsibilities? No, right?
No, I decided at the beginning of this one that you guys will only have to do it once per downtime.
Okay, and we did it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm imagining you're spending your time with it. So I'm not going to worry. Upkeep is weekly still. So like if you have to do like your lifestyle, which I know Thellum doesn't because he's a farmer. But other than that, I'm just doing per downtime for responsibilities. You're always welcome to go ahead and spend more time with those responsibilities. Because you can always try and raise up your relationship with those bonds if you'd like to. It's just you don't need to worry about it dropping as long as you've done it once. Darius, getting back in the forge.
Yeah, and I think this is fun for Darius too because he's working with a lot more of the more leather type stuff as opposed to just straight iron and metal. But yeah, another roll. Darius is on a fucking roll because I got another natural 20.
That's 2 successes. You
Yeah.
are working double time on this. So you technically have, I think,
That's all
3
4.
successes out of 4, right? Because you got the nat 20 and you're using Choco parts. So
In addition to the downtime activity I just spent. So that's 4.
let me look at what I write here. What are my writings?
Because I got 1 from the parts, 1 from the check that I just did, and then 2 from the nat 20 I just got.
The check you did for the formula is not counted as part of the activity, or not part of the meter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
sorry. Yeah, that's okay. Now I say where we got
Okay.
mixed up. That means the other week goes by.
I don't know how long the circus is going to be in town. Darius would stop by though to see what's going on with it.
Okay, yeah, let's
Darius is going, Endien would go. You got to see what they have caged up, you know.
Are you guys bringing Thellum, or are you just letting him punch in the forest?
No, we're bringing Thellum.
Okay. All right. So the 4 of you start heading to the...
Oh, god damn it. I give him the slip before I go.
Give me a stealth check.
Pass without trace. I have an advantage. I needed it. Tim, what's your modifier, Endien? 34?
Yeah, he failed.
Yeah.
He's like flying nearby, and then next thing you know, you're escaped. Okay, so the 3 of you go to the circus.
Thank God. Get a moment of myself. Gee whiz.
Okay, yeah. So you guys get to the circus. There's like a big tent. There's like 2 side tents. There's just a crowd of people. There's food being sold. Yeah, I guess you're able to get in. Entry is just like 5 silver. You guys, if you pay that, you get entry. You get wristbands. Get the little wristbands on you. You get inside. Like I said, there's 3 tents. There's a big tent and then 2 smaller tents. What do you think you'd go into?
Big.
The big tent.
Yeah, I'd try to see if they had any beasts or monstrosities here.
Well, you know, if they do, they would have it in the big tent.
Well, that's where Thellum wants to go, so it works out, I guess.
You get inside. It's generally there's a atmosphere of darkness. There is a floating lights that kind of help like spotlight different areas. You can tell that these are like clearly like magical devices to do this. You also notice you can't see through the darkness. Your dark vision isn't piercing this. You imagine it's got to be, well, very confusing for you guys, except for Thellum, who's used to this up until recently. Oh, my eyes stopped working again. So beyond that, like first shock, like maybe like that helps like put you in this dazzle of like the magicalness of the circus. There's like lights that come down. There's like a just strong odor of like maybe like a saccharine sweetness or like fried breads. Just very sweet and savory, filling the room. And you look up. If you look, there's the space inside the tent is big, but it also still seems to look bigger inside than it does from the outside. So as you're going, you can see and you look, and there's like more like seating that kind of trails upwards, and you can go. You can find yourself a spot to sit down. Then eventually, like the crowd who's all like murmuring, it like comes to a hush as this man walks out with a top hat, and he has like these 4 floating like stones of sorts around him that like float up all around in like different patterns and spirals. And he like puts out his arms. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Grazer's wondrous world of the imagination. I would ask all people to remain as silent as you can, or as you watch the shows that come to you. If, of course, there's something wondrous that may pique your interest. A gasp may escape your lips, and that is fine. An applaud may escape your hands, and that is fine. Laughter may escape your mouth as well, and that is fine. But please, do be respectful of the performances in front of you today. And with that, and then as he says that, like one of the chimes start making this like kind of like a sound, like a musical note. We shall begin, and then the next one starts in with the music too. The show, and then the next one starts in with the music, and then they're spiraling, and the fourth one joins in with this music, and it's like this kaleido music as you are seeing this stuff, and he like claps, and like the lights turn off, and you see above you, it's like stars upon the ceiling as the show goes on, and like the music is loud and it resonates all around the circus. It doesn't seem like it's just coming from down there anymore. It's like all over, and the stars like up there, and then like lights appear on the ground where like the performers are, and it doesn't look like the orbs that are like having a spotlight anymore. You think that maybe the lights could be coming from them, but it just seems like they're lit up. Like it's not necessarily a thing that is shown on them. It's just there with the stars above, and they start going in different performances. There are some strongman activities, there are some tight ropes. Eventually there are beasts. There are maybe like a lot of like different weird animals that you might not have seen before. There seems to be like maybe like what you think could be a frog, but it's got like tusks that stick out, and instead of the front legs, it's like 2 very long like tentacles. Like they have something like that. They have like several different like small animals, like that they just are having doing different tricks. Like they have 5 hyenas that they have doing various tricks in the ring and stuff. There's like knife throwing, all this other sorts of things, and I don't know. It's just a variety of what you'd expect, except for, like I said, there's some weird stuff with the dragon, or not the dragons. There's no dragons. With the hyenas, and the beasts and stuff like that. But otherwise, it seems like just like a nice spectacle. Just a good time. A lot of people are eating. A lot of people are having a good time. Obviously, they are all like either like cheering or laughing. Like they have clowns that are come out. They use like a variety of like magic, what you think might be magic items or magic tricks to like perform similar things. Like one of them trips and his head falls off, and the other ones are like carrying it and juggling it because they're trying to like get back to him. And there's just yeah, I don't know, it was a good time. It's nothing crazy, very crazy because it's a circus, but that's the big tent. Just a nice time for you and your fans.
I think Darius, at the very beginning, who I can only assume was
the ringmaster Grazer, yes,
was doing his little spiel about like don't talk during the performances and all that type of stuff. Darius definitely sends a message to Endien right next to him, and is just like, well, someone has a high opinion of their show.
Yeah, Endien would have very visibly raised her eyebrows at Darius during the gasp when he's like, making examples of the things he's talking about. She raised her eyebrows at Darius very noticeably.
Yeah, definitely sharing a look of like, is this guy for real right now?
Yeah. Thellum's just clapping.
Thellum loves it.
Fucking enjoyed it.
Cool. The other two tents, one of them is like there's one is a like a merchandise shop. You can buy fun toys. You can find just different like, you know, people want to like branded clothing and things like that. Or you can get like signed copies of posters from the like all of the crew. And then the other tent is like a house of mirrors almost. You go inside, and once again, if you like peek inside, like once again, it seems like it's probably bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Thellum will go inside.
Ah, dang it. Okay.
All right.
I don't know if Darius would go into the Hall of Mirrors. That doesn't seem like it's his shtick.
No, that's absolutely fair.
I shouldn't leave him in there alone. Endien will begrudgingly go inside. Endien was the friend that clearly probably didn't want to be here out of enjoyment. She had her own agenda, but also isn't going to do anything about it. It's like with the beast going on stuff, like, you shouldn't be here doing that stuff. Oh, but she's not going to like go out of her way to like free them or anything. But she'll follow Thellum in.
Yeah, you guys are going in, and it's clearly a maze. You quickly find. Give me either a wisdom or an intelligence save as you try to find your way throughout this.
13.
Ooh, that's funny.
Oh.
Yeah. So Endien, maybe you're just distracted by it. You're like looking through the mirrors, and you're noticing like some of them, like they kind of like, you know, how funhouse mirrors are. Like they make you look a little bit different. Maybe a little squatter, maybe a little taller, skinnier. You start noticing some of them. You look in and you realize you see yourself, but your scar is gone in this mirror. And you're looking at most of these mirrors, your scars are gone.
Yeah, one that is like the most not body distorting, she would stop and just put her hand up to her where her scars would be.
You feel the bark.
She stands there and stares at it for a while, just like feeling the bark on her face, but seeing in the mirror that it's not there.
Yeah. Thellum's having a good time, and he's able to get through. No real problems. He is like leading you along. He's like, what are you waiting for? And then as you're stopping, and he shows you along how to get through. Give me another save.
Shit.
Oh, okay, that one's better. 18 for wisdom save.
And that one.
A nat 1. Endien, after that experience, you're, you find yourself, you realize it's just a trick. You're just, whatever, you get forward, you see where you're going, you see where you need to head out. Thellum, however, you see one of the mirrors, that you get to, you look in the mirror, and both you and Endien are silvery and reflective in the mirror.
I think right before this, like, Endien was starting to have fun at first. Just to be like, oh, that's amusing, and then saw the missing scars and like touched it for a moment, and then clearly not having fun anymore. She's, let's just go. And then she's going. Then Thellum sees this thing.
Thellum will look down at himself as he realizes he's not silvery.
Yeah, you're normal.
Yeah.
Endien's
Well,
normal. And I want to know, it's dark in here, and you're not sure where the source of light is coming from. But you're able to see ahead of you in the room. You're able to see in the mirrors. You're able to see each other. But you don't see another. It's kind of like in the Big Ten. You don't see an actual source of light now.
Well, Thellum, he'll be amused by his silvery image for a bit, but like it won't slow him down. So he'll keep going along, seeing that Endien is Endien rushing out.
Not rushing, but she's clearly over it at this point.
Okay, yeah, he'll try to follow Endien.
Okay. Give me new saves.
So 14 wisdom save.
That is a 21.
Yeah, you guys get through you have a little bit of weirdness to it. And you step outside. You find the exit. It's a bit of a fun house mirror. A little bit. It seems like the mirrors might be enchanted to like make you look different in various ways. You're not really sure. You make your way out, and it was a time. Obviously, like you guys, and honestly, like you three are adventure. You guys have done life or death missions. The normal layperson wouldn't find this as mundane. They'd probably have never had to experience anything even remotely like this, like the stars in the tent, the weird beasts, the mirrors that make you look silvery and reflective. It's probably, you're not necessarily the target demographic, but there's always, depends.
I think as soon as they get out of there and find Darius again, being a dad and not going into things, Endien will just, I should leave. Ildatha is worried, I'm sure. You two enjoy the rest of this.
Who's Ildatha?
Somebody sent to help me learn archery.
Oh, all right.
I thought you were already pretty good at it.
I'm okay.
Why would they be worried?
It's a whole thing.
All right. I mean, you're pretty competent. I don't know why they'd be worried.
I kind of, they're double dutying. My parents were worried, so it's like a babysitter at the same time, and I kind of escaped their gaze before I came here. I should leave anyway. It's fine.
Do we know that Endien is a princess?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure, like, how.
Yeah, she would have
obvious you had
said it in passing at least.
And also, Erica was yelling about it in the temple.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Darius wouldn't stop Endien from going or anything like that, but definitely, like, as she's continuing to leave, just be like, I mean, they know you're a whole ass librarian, right? Like, I know you got royal duties and all those types of things, but
You know, parents.
well, I mean,
I'm only 76, I suppose.
I don't have a great. My parents are in a mercenary company, and we get sent off to war for our normal jobs. So a bit different of an upbringing in the sense of what is appropriate for a child to do.
Yeah, my father's a little overprotective sometimes, but looks down and like away from them for a moment before she. But I must be off, and then turns to leave, glides away.
Like, turns to Thellum, is just like, what? I mean, it's strange to think of Endien having a babysitter.
It is. She's pretty capable, but she already died.
Well, I don't know that.
Well, yeah, they don't, but still,
All right.
she's not immortal, or she can still die.
Yes, that is a good point. Doesn't matter. It's all right.
Is there a petting zoo?
I don't think there is.
I'm gonna go look for a petting zoo.
I will say before they continue looking at the circus, Endien's going to avoid being seen by Eldatha to get back to her apartment.
Yeah. I'll say you're probably fine with that, because you don't have to worry about stealthing to get past him when he's already there. So you probably find yourself there. Yeah, Thellum, you go find a petting zoo. Yeah, they in the back they have they have a place on the other side of the tent. You can meet the animals. Like I said, there's 5 hyenas. There is a giant weird tusk frog tentacle thing. There's a variety of animals, I'll say.
I will go to the friendliest looking one.
Friendliest. Let me find out what the friendliest looking thing might be. Let me just give me 2 seconds to decide what that could be.
And he will pet it, and then he will give it lots of rubs, and then he will pet it again. Also, while Darius and Thellum are walking around, it's a circus.
Ooh.
There's gonna be families there. He will feel a pang of jealousy and sadness seeing parents and their children. Ow.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said this out
Yeah.
loud.
Ow, that
Ow.
hurts. I just thought about what I said. Poor Thellum.
You see a giant slug.
I'm petting it.
Yeah, you go to pet it. And next to, honestly, petting, like, because it's really big, so you're like petting it from one side, and then you kind of notice, like maybe from the other side of it, there is just a small boy with his parents. Also, he's petting it, and then he's excited, and then his hands are kind of sticky, and he accidentally like gets some all over his mom's dress, and then she starts yelling at him, like, "What are you doing? You're getting my dress all sticky. What is happening?" And then he's like crying. He's just having a good time, but then she's like, "Oh, there, it's fine. We'll get a new one." And they head off. But the slug seems really nice. It's very friendly. You notice it seems a lot of these things are like it's hard to say like these things are like because there's a lot of like really things that shouldn't seem like they would be great or friendly, but they all seem very tame. Like you see like you see that like the weird frog thing, right? With the tusks and the tentacles, but it just seems like very not moving, not attacking. It seems like it's while it could just be out of control or like freaking out, it's enduring whatever treatment the children are ascending on it.
I'll lean over to Darius. Do you think they're under a spell? Or are they just, well, mannered?
Well, I mean, I have a feeling most of this place is magic, but also, Darius is going to, just as he's talking, because I got it, cast detect magic and just see like how much ambient magic is in this place.
It is beaming with magic. This whole place is beaming with magic. The monsters does detect magic detect if something on the effects of magic, or does it just detect things that are magic?
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
I'll say there's lingering magic with these monsters. You can tell like the big powerhouses are the tents. They seem just to be just chapels of magic. And you kind of could tell that was the case from your time inside them. You also notice like a strong magic presence, like from behind you. And if you turn around and there's a clown standing there. It's very small. It's caked in like white, red, and purple makeup. Red seems to be a primary color with a lot of this, reds and yellows, but he's got this white, red, and purple like makeup and outfit, and it's like the small creature. Looks like it could be human, but it's just small. And he's just staring up at you.
How short are they? Because Darius is pretty short.
You're 5'5"?
Yeah, 5'5".
Yeah, that's not that
I
short.
guess he's not super short.
Let me say it's not that short. I'm 5'5".
No, he's taller.
Let's be clear.
He's always taller than what I think he is.
It's a pretty average height.
It's a pretty tall. I'm pretty tall, actually. No, it's 3 feet tall. You don't think it's like a halfling. You don't think it's a gnome. It looks like it would be a person, just small, and staring up at you.
Thellum will walk up to it. Are you lost, kid? Hello?
Your friend dropped this, and holds up a pouch.
Oh. I will grab it.
Yeah, it's a pouch full of gold.
What?
Thanks.
Thank you. And then he turns around and walks away. And in the crowd, you quickly lose sight of him.
Did you drop this?
I don't think so. Because I assume because Darius has a bag of holding, any money he carries with him is in that bag.
Do you check your bag of holding?
Yeah, like when they said I dropped something, I would check.
I'm gonna check now. The fuck.
Let me see. Thellum, you are missing 4 gold.
Of course.
Let me see something. Darius, you are missing. You are missing 20 gold, and you are missing a box.
Can I look inside the bag?
What did I say? You said you were missing 7 gold,
4 gold.
4 gold. There's 27 gold in there.
Darius, checking his bag and realizing that the box is gone. Okay. Hold on. Let me just check something real quick. Darius is not pleased and would like to get the attention of management immediately. So, Darius makes sure he finds just a little space around himself. But I am going to cast Thunderwave directly up. So it's like the 15 feet above me.
Okay.
Which everyone within 300 feet.
Yeah. So just and it was like and everyone like looks in your direction. Just all these eyes, like the fun and enjoyment everyone was having, just replaced with this startled scare as people are trying to figure out what's going on.
And I would look at whatever the closest like handler of all these animals, the closest worker or whatever. I would look at them and say, I need to speak to Grazer immediately.
There is none.
Hate that.
The animals are there unattended.
Hate that even more.
I guess I'll try. See if there's any one that would be a worker here.
Okay. Give me perception.
That is a 17.
17. Yeah, you're scanning the crowd. You're trying to see what it is. You're just seeing like people that with their kids, several different kids, and then no, that's not a kid. That's a clown. And you see standing in the crowd this another small clown staring at you guys. Well, everyone else seems perturbed or like confused. He is just very blankly staring at you guys.
I see one of those small clown people over there. You want to talk to them?
Yes. And Darius would start going over there immediately.
You shouldn't try to ruin the magic.
I need what one of your friends took from me back.
Did you find the gold that was dropped?
I am not concerned about the gold.
Then I do not know what you mean. The clown also is like turns and is staring at Thellum curiously. Like he
Can I
tilts his
also
head.
insight that?
Yeah.
6. He's creeped out. Is there something on me? Or why are you staring?
There is nothing on you.
Well,
You are lost.
what do you mean by that?
You do not belong here.
Excuse me? This is some... What do you mean by that? I don't belong here.
This is not where you belong. You got lost.
Where do I belong then?
Back where you came.
I'd like to speak to the manager. This is a little. This is a little.
I see you are very lost.
No, not really.
What is your name?
Oh, what is your name? So I can say it to the manager.
I am the clown.
You are a clown.
You, what is your name?
My name is Thellum.
With that, you kind of like in your head, you get like a weird pulse.
Darius is still livid. And I mean, says I need that box back immediately. And if you cannot help me, then you are going to bring me to someone who can help me.
Follow me. And he follows. He leads you, if you follow him, back to the tent with the House of Mirrors. But not on the entrance, but on the exit.
What?
And what is your name?
Why does it matter?
Very well. Turns to Thellum. You may proceed.
With what?
He gestures to the door. The exit door of the House of Mirrors.
But
I pick up this tiny clown and hold them next to my face as I activate my armor, so I am now clad in my full plate armor. And say once again, what does this House of Mirrors have to do with getting my item back?
We will discuss your problems as soon as he goes back.
okay, Thellum will go in.
Okay. Give me some wisdom. Give me either a wisdom or intelligence saving throw.
It's not gonna be intelligent.
I'm going to have my clockwork go with Thellum
Okay.
to assist him.
Okay.
That is a 14.
14. Okay. Give me another one. As you're heading through this, things are looking a bit familiar for you.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You are cruising along. You know the path. You've figured it out. Give me one last one.
I don't like this. That is a 6.
6. As you are walking through this time, you look in the mirrors and you notice that instead of reflections, you see it's a reflection of Lake EA and the forest, the surrounding forest.
Cool.
You see yourself in the reflection, but you are a child.
Seeing this, no, that wouldn't make sense. Because I was thinking, like, what if they nabbed our stuff when we were in the maze, but Darius was in the maze.
Never went in the
So-
maze.
It's you as a child. You hear a woman speak to you.
Not like this. I look around.
In one of the other mirrors, you see a reflection of a woman you've never met before.
Who the heck?
You can't get off. You can't go off on your own like that. I've told you. It's much safer. It's much safer if you stay with us. I know it's rough, but you need to stay with us. Are you just gonna stand there?
Does this
God, your father is not gonna be happy about this.
mom look anything like Thellum?
It's hard to tell with just how much traits you get. Can you describe again your features?
Thellum is... What did I say? Hold on, maybe I have it. I don't have it. He has dark brown, shaggy hair. He has the color of basalt as skin. He has brown eyes. And he's, I think, 5'8"? I know he's shorter than Endien.
It's either 5'8" or 5'9". I think we've
I
accidentally
think
said both.
Endien's 5'9".
I know you two are both.
Yeah,
either
Endien's 5'9", so
Yeah.
I think Thellum's 5'8".
It's something around that because I know we keep saying like both numbers throughout the the last several episodes. Yeah. So this woman she's shorter. You looking down, she looks like she's seen you, like if she's looking at you, but like your child size. But you're looking at her from your size, and she is a shorter woman. She does have long brown hair, brown eyes, a lot of soft, like I want to say soft features, but it seems like she's like probably gone through some stuff. Not necessarily like she has a cozy life. You guys are out in this forest. Her clothing is as clean as it could be, but it's still like not great. Yeah, she is just what are you waiting for? Your father, if he finds out you've run off again, Thellum, you will not start this nonsense.
I don't know who you are. His arm will start glowing.
All right. Can I get a wisdom saving throw? Or maybe actually give me that or intelligence. I don't care, either one.
Okay, because I already rolled.
Okay.
It is a 19.
19. You say you don't know who she is, and the mirror cracks, and you look around, and the other mirrors, they just show you, and you see the exit.
He will slowly walk out the exit.
Okay. You get out to the other side. You see everyone's hustling and bustling. Everyone's having a good time out there. You see Darius is still waiting for you guys outside.
You guys or just Thellum?
He's waiting for you. You both went in.
Endien is there.
Endien's not there.
Okay, because you said Darius is waiting for
Sorry.
you guys.
Darius is waiting for you both, but Thellum's
Okay.
the one
Oh,
that
I
comes
see what's
out.
happening.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Which I kind of figured, but I didn't want to bring up yet.
Is the clown still there?
There's no clown.
Where'd the clown go?
Darius, the last clowns you saw were in the circus, or maybe wandering around.
Excuse me. I mean, I haven't seen any clowns besides the ones under the big top. Do you see other clowns?
I mean, if you're scanning the crowd, you see. If you're scanning the crowd, you might see. There's a small clown walks by.
I'm sad this is an audio only podcast at that point.
Yeah.
It was very much the what's that movie with John Travolta where where he's looking around for
Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. Okay. It was very much a Pulp Fiction. Look around.
Darius is here with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Darius. You mind catching this for me? Thellum goes inside the ring.
Okay.
I whisper in Primordial to the ring. This can't be your fucking excuse every time something starts to go bad. It's a bad coping mechanism. You gotta start to learn to deal with things besides asking your genie friend.
Yes, Thellum. You need to start living on your own.
No.
No, I'll say before you pop in, Darius, Thellum went in. It's been a while, you guys. Thinking about it, you lost. I mean, you're looking at the sun position. They've been gone for a long time. But you realize you've been in that tent a lot longer than you initially thought you were. Like, it might have felt like an hour and a half, 2 hour performance, and it seems like the sun is starting to hit evening as you guys have been there for such a long time.
Can I talk to the big blue man?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yes, Thellum?
I know you saw everything. I know you saw everything. I need an explanation.
Unfortunately, young Thellum, everything outside of the ring went very hazy. I did not hear or see anything.
Did you see the clown? Did you see the clown?
The one that walked by after you left the tent? Young Thellum,
I'm not that young.
to me you are very young. What is this all about?
I don't know. I was at the circus. I was having a good time. I was petting a slug. Then I don't know what happened. Some lady was shouting at me through the mirror.
Well, that's very interesting, young Thellum, but I don't know exactly what you want me to do about it.
What do you know about evil clowns? They're super short
I do not know.
and steel box.
Young Thellum, whatever it is, wherever you went, that I could not see you, I unfortunately do not have any experience in.
Well, thanks. I guess I'll pop out.
Okay. With that, we're gonna cut to Endien. Endien. You make your way back. You find your way to your apartment. You get inside. You don't see Ildatha waiting for you or anything. You assume he might be out his apartment or out in the forest.
She would go to her dresser wardrobe thing that has a mirror over the top of it and just look into it and touch her face again.
Yeah, you look into the mirror and you see yourself as you are. But as you touch your face, you feel soft skin. The mirror shows you touching bark, but you touching your face feels like skin.
She's gonna get very panicked and just her hands are trembling as she's touching her face, so then she's gonna touch the mirror.
As you touch the mirror, you touch your reflection's face and you feel the bark, and the mirror touches your face and touches skin.
She pull back very quickly from it, to the opposite wall, and look at it to see what it does in return.
It looks like it also did the same thing.
Kind of trying to gather herself. She goes back over to it. What's going on here? She'll reach again. And just try to touch the hand this time, not the face.
Okay. Yeah, you touch hands and you can feel each other's skin. And then the other one puts his fingers wrapping around your hand in between, interlocking.
She wants to pull away, but also, it doesn't seem like it's trying to pull her in. It's just locking fingers with her hand.
Yeah, it's just interlocking.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I've been waiting.
Waiting for what?
For you.
Who are you?
Well, I'm the guardian.
Of what?
The forest of the Four Seasons.
What's your name?
I'm the guardian.
Can I do an insight check on this?
Yeah.
Is this some kind of fable shit she'd recognize? Ooh. Insight from Endien. 17.
17. You know, one of the domains of Prisma is the Indigo domain. In the Indigo domain, where you're from, where your people are from, the Green domain, it's more the wild, the primal, the natural, the hypernatural, the seasons of changing of plants, of beasts. That's why the Eladrin are as they are. They're elves that adapted to that life. The Indigo is a domain of the Prisma that is almost like a mind's palace. It's a reflection of the world around it, and it is a place that is it's closest to the material plane than the other domains of Prisma, in a sense. Not like maybe geographically, but like almost like how it overlaps each other. And that's the Indigo is a place of reflections, and things are a lot more complicated than like does the Indigo take place on Fracterra? Not exactly, not really. It's more surreal than that. It is a place of abstract.
Well, I'm here. What is it that you were waiting for me for?
To go home. Everyone's waiting for us.
She's gonna pull her hand out of its grasp as she can.
Yeah, it lets you.
And where's home?
The forest.
They said they were fine without me. I have things I have
It's
to
not
take care
about
of.
being fine. It's just that's where we belong. And she'll like put out her arm, and an owl lands on her, perches on her arm, and she like goes and like pets the owl's head.
Endien just full stops. I don't know what she would do right now. I think like she would stare at it for a moment and then just like full pull the mirror off the wall so it hits the ground.
So as you're trying to pull it off, no, what are you doing?
That's not who I am anymore.
Who
That
are you
time's
then?
gone.
Then who are you? If you're not the Guardian, who are you?
What does she know about giving her name up to other Prisma natives?
You don't think... I mean, there are more hostile areas of Prisma. Give me a history check.
Damn it, Endien. You moron. It's a 5.
Then you're not really sure.
She would say, I am Endien Vilwiste, and I make my own path now.
As you say that, you hear this. You get this deep pulse.
Yep.
In your head, as you say that, and she sighs. She drops, or she picks up the owl, twists its head off, throws it to the ground, and then smashes the mirror instead for you.
You'll go to clutch the owl feather that's in resin on a necklace around her neck. And then we'll just put the mirror down so it's facing the ground.
No, she like pushes and the mirror falls.
Oh,
and
my mirror
smashes.
fell. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought she just broke her side. Okay. I would go to the window then and look to see if I can see old Datha outside.
You don't see anybody. The streets are empty.
I'm going to go outside and try to make my way back to the circus then to see if I can find Thellum and Darius.
Give me a perception check.
God damn it, Endien, why are you rolling bad now? 10.
You're heading down the street, and you're like rushing towards the circus again, and you just start hearing this clump, 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 and then you look you look to your left, and you notice bending around a corner is a giant troll, stamping, running straight for you, and we'll pick that up next time, I think. Okay, well, thank you everybody for listening in on this fun adventure. I am Nick. You can find me on Twitter at BumbleScum, or you can follow the Interdimensional Library at IDL_RPGS. Yes, if you'd like to talk about missing boxes, you can always hit up Adam on Twitter at Little Growth. If you would like to talk about dead owls, you can hit up BakaZombie.
Dead owls on my Twitter, please.
Zombie Baka. And if you want to be ignored like a mother yelling at her child, you can get ignored by Kyle.
You're welcome.
All right, bye.